So, Robbie, on the other side today, I'm going to interview you. Let's see what you've got to say. So let me ask you a question, right? Were we unlucky not to win, or were we lucky not to lose?
I don't think anybody deserved to win it. Nobody deserved to win it. Nobody played particularly great. I mean, I was watching it and thinking to myself, I'm glad that we didn't go. I mean, I sold our tickets because we were unable to get out there today. But well, I mean, it wasn't a very good performance by Arsenal. But then I didn't think Besiktas played that well, and yeah, I think a 0-0 was a fair result.
Fair enough. And it was pretty. You know, if you look back at the highlights, there was a lot going on in that game from the very first second to the very last. You know, starting from Demba Ba from the centre circle.
Demba Ba, that from the kickoff, bloody hell.
To Chamberlain hitting the post right at the end.
Yep.
So, you know, on another day, it could have gone either way. But what do you expect when we bring them back to the Emirates now?
You know what? I was looking at it and I was thinking that I don't think Besiktas are a top European team. I think actually, if we'd have been playing a real top team today, we might have got punished. So I think, and Turkish teams, they don't travel very well. They do their best work at home. So I'm pretty confident that when we get them back to our place, that I think we'll win. I know we're going to be missing Aaron Ramsey because he got that stupid red card, but hopefully the Germans will be back. They have Ozil back and that, and I think we should be okay when we bring them back to our place. It would have been nice to have got an away goal, but listen, I'll take 0-0. We haven't lost.
Yeah.
And I don't see nothing there to fear, really, to be honest. Demba Ba, maybe we've got to be wary of him, obviously. But apart from that...
Well, you know, the thing is, if they do score one, it's an away goal, we have to get two. And we saw Palace scored first. Anything can happen when we get back to the Emirates. And we only scored right at the death. So, you know, this Palace is a normal league game. This is a game worth £40 million. So, given that fact, that this game is that important to us, and it's completion of that whole 9-year plan or the 10-year plan that Wenger's been going through, are you really satisfied with that result today?
No, listen, you're not satisfied, but when you play teams in Europe over 2 legs, if you don't lose away from home, I think that's a decent result. I mean, you always want to get that away goal, but the most important thing is don't lose. And we didn't lose. And now I'm looking at Besiktas and I'm saying, to me, then they're not the greatest of teams. And we've got a very good record at home. Not many teams come to the Emirates and beat us. All right, fair enough. They could come and, you know, get a 1-1 or 2-2 draw or something like that, and then we'd be in massive trouble.
Even a 0-0 and then the lottery of penalties.
Yeah, you know, so listen, we just need to win the game. But at home, we do win most of our games. And you know, Besiktas, to me, they're no better than, say, a mid-table... I hope I'm not dissing them too much because we've got to play them next week. But to me, I don't see a team that's no better than, like, say, a mid-table...
United or something.
Yeah, United. But no better than a mid-table Premier League team.
All right, let me ask you
so
this,
I'm confident that we'll take them out.
You mentioned the Ramsey yellow, the second yellow. What do you make of that? Should he have been sent off? What do you think of that incident?
Yeah, he should. He's stupid. He done the first one, he pulled a player back. The second one, you're grabbing the shirt again. You do that in Europe, you might get away with it in the Premier League. We all know, in Europe, you do that, it's a yellow card. It's 2 yellows, he's off. I don't think he can have any... As we was just watching it, Wenger was complaining. All right, yeah, maybe the referee let go a few for Besiktas, but they are the home team. Yeah. So you got to expect a bit of that. He was a stupid. It's 2 reds. It's 2 yellows. It's a red. Yeah.
All right, fine. And we're talking about the return leg when Besiktas come to Arsenal, but really that's not even the next game. A few of the performances today weren't anything to be desired, and we've got Everton away, a game where we got outplayed and got battered 3-0 last year. It was embarrassing for us. So given that we need to go and, you know, hit the ground running against Everton, otherwise, you know, we'll get blown away like we did in away games last year. What do you make of some of the performances of some of the players today that were below par, and what would you do to the team for the Everton game? Well,
at least Ramsey can go into that game all guns blazing because he won't be playing next week. Yeah, listen, it's still early in the season though as well, and that's the thing about these qualifying games which makes them difficult, is that they come so early in the season, and it's going to be difficult. Everton would have had a bit more of a rest than what we've had, but then I think it shouldn't really come into much factor at this time of the season because it's only the second game. But there are players out there. I thought Giroud tonight was pretty terrible. You know, he's got to step up. Giroud, there's a lot riding on him, and I was watching that game today and I was thinking to myself, it looks like we do need to sign a striker. Sanogo's injured again. what hamstring or whatever. Can we rely on a kid up and coming? He's up and coming. Let him be up and coming. I think looking at that game today, Giroud, I've got no problem with Giroud being in the team, but for those sort of games, I think we possibly need to buy a striker, a world-class striker. I don't know if one's available, but we could do with a world-class striker. Because in those sort of games, you're not going to get many chances. And when they come, you've got to bury them. I mean, listen, he didn't have nothing really clear-cut today, but I think, and it is still early in the season, but I don't know, I think we don't want to go through this season just relying on Olivier Giroud.
Get the Arsenal Fan TV app, available on Apple and Android now.